All right, so the next part of the rubric is active exploration. The students actually explore different types of catapults, and they actually have to research on their own, and then they bring the idea to their group, and their group decides what catapult would be best, using any resources they want online. We do give them a couple of models to look at, but the majority of the students do their own research and pick a model that's not even close to those ones. They also use knowledge from an engineer that I have, and they email an engineer and they talk to them, and there's also people from the Pumpkin Chunk, and some people tried to contact, but they didn't contact them back. So they're encouraged to go out and talk to different people and who are different type of workers to try to improve their catapult in any way that they can.
And the idea around authentic engagement in this project and being able to get information from other sources is evident in the students' research skills. So we had a limited number of resources that the students had about Pumpkin Chunk and about different types of siege weapons, about different people they could contact, but they were the ones who had to figure out as a group what type of ballistic weapon they wanted to use, and they had to go and Google search these ballistic weapons to figure out what information is really necessary when you're actually building and recreating it. So that allowed them to ask a lot of good engineering type questions with respect to, hey, Coach C, Mr. A, how are we supposed to put this plan into action based upon the information we found on the website? So it was a really great way to kind of assess that researchability, that media literacy skill, to be able to comprehend information and then put it into action. In addition, the students had a lot of different types of resources available to them with respect to video lessons, with respect to YouTube videos that we found for how these trebuchets, how these catapults actually work, so they could figure out the mechanics of the actual catapult they build.
There's also a interactive FET simulation on catapults and projectile motion, so they can see the effects of different types of velocities and angles and how that kind of plays out. So the students have all those resources available to them on Echo in our resources folder.
And I think the most important piece of this project is that the students were given very limited information with respect to raw data. They knew that they had to create some type of ballistic weapon. They knew that that weapon had to be able to shoot things off the castle, and that was pretty much it. They had to figure out the scale and size of their catapult. They had to figure out how far away they needed to place their catapult based upon trial and error. They had to figure out what type of projectile they actually wanted to use. Did they want to use the large marbles that we gave them, which is like our raw data, or the small marbles that we gave them? Which one was going to work better? So a lot of it was truly around investigative learning, discovery learning, and trial and error to be able to follow that engineering process.
And they also use that to help find their data and collect their data and create a real world model to find their inertial velocity as spoken on the other video.